Good morning, 8th graders. So it's important to note right now that I am recording this at 5:50 a.m. on February 13th, 2024, because the data that I'm going to be collecting here is going to be vastly different than any of the data that you will be collecting. So please note that what I write down you cannot, just because unless you're going to be like doing this in the next 10-ish minutes, things will change. So if you can come up to me and tell me what date I am recording this, whenever you watch this, if you can come tell me what date I'm recording this, I would be so happy to give you some sort of a treat, a Genie cheer, a piece of candy, a swift high five, I don't know, whatever you want. But that is one of the little tips and tricks. So that we are going to be working primarily out of Schoology. So if you go into Schoology right now, you will be looking for Activity Play Boundary Mapping Part 3. You're going to need something purple, preferably a marker or a colored pencil, and you are going to be recording earthquake data. So this is the worksheet that is seriously just this, okay? But this is the link you're going to want to click on, and when you click into that, it's going to bring you to this. This is the United States Geologic Service. Let's see if I can get a better picture. The United States, the U.S. Geologic Service website, and it is recording earthquake activity. So I say that this is completely going to be different by the time you get to doing this activity, because these are the 38 earthquakes that have occurred just since, well, when is this one? 5:55, so 12 hours ago. Yeah, 12 hours ago. So since 5:55 yesterday afternoon or evening. Okay, so that's why this is important, because I wouldn't be surprised if the most recent one happened at 4:04 in Denali National Park in Alaska. I wonder if I refresh if there'll be new data. No, there's not. Okay, typically though, there would have already been another earthquake by the time I refreshed this. So I was actually kind of like prolonging doing this video just to see if something else would occur. But you can see, like, there was a 4.7 magnitude earthquake over here in the Philippines just at 3 a.m. Versus then at 4:04 we had Denali National Park and so on. So, just so you're aware. But here's what you're going to do. This is what I recommend, and this is going to have to kind of be a one-day sitting of you recording data. So just because if you click on this, it'll highlight in blue where this earthquake actually occurred. So this is up in Alaska. So you need to record specific data. Ooh, earthquake update. Let's see. Earthquake loaded. Okay. I don't know why it said that. It does actually refresh every couple of minutes, unless something bigger has occurred. So, but you are going to record on here the date that the earthquake occurred, the time, the location, whether it's city, state, or country, and then the magnitude. So I'm going to show you this. So, if you click on this, like I said, it'll highlight for you on the map where it was located, but the date. So you're looking here. Now it does go year, month, day. Please just keep that in mind, but for the most part, they're all going to be occurring within the last day or so. So if I write down the date, we have 2, 2:13 of 24. The time that this occurred at 4:04 a.m. Okay. The location is Denali National Park. You can honestly put Denali, Alaska for this one. Denali, Alaska. Okay, and then the magnitude. It actually tells you the magnitude right here on the edge, or M, and then it gives you the number. So this was a 2.8. Okay, so for me, this is my data. Now, your data will not be the same. Remember, if you can tell me when I recorded this, you can get yourself a little treat of some sort. Okay, but now comes probably what to you is the most difficult part, and that's actually placing this on your map. So, keeping in mind, it's happened slightly middle-ish of Alaska. So I'm going to go down to my map. Okay, now Alaska is right up here. Okay, if it helps, you can like line up your map with the map on your device and so on. But I am just going to simply place a dot. Okay, and then I want to make sure that I come back down here to my key and then write that this is our earthquake. I don't have my black pen out, but then equal earthquake. Okay, so that's going to happen. Now, let's say that there's been a lot of activity, because like if I go back up here, if I go over here to the Philippines, there has been, there has been multiple. You can see right here, because this is where we're going to be looking. There have been multiple within the last 12 hours or so. Now, putting all of these on your itty bitty map, because essentially you're filling in these islands, would be very difficult. So, what I'm going to do instead, granted they're significantly further apart on that one, but what I'm going to do instead is I am going to place on my map, I placed one dot. Okay, then for each sequential earthquake, I'm just going to make it like a target or a bullseye, jawbreaker, whatever you want to say. But I'm going to just circle it, saying that there has been 2. Okay, so it's like counting the rings of a tree. The first one, then you have another earthquake that occurred there. Okay, because right afterward there was another one just further south in the Philippines, so I'm also going to write down this information. Now granted, there was some decent time in between. So 0 to 13, 24. First one was at 3 a.m. Now the first, I believe, this is according to UTC. I don't know what that stands for exactly. I should look that up. I'm not going to necessarily put each like province that this happened in, but I'm going to make sure that I put the Philippines. And this was a 4.7. And then 0 to 13, 24 at 1:31 a.m. Again in the Philippines. And this was a 4.5. So that when I go and I look at my map, I should see for sure 2 earthquakes that have occurred in the Philippines. Okay? You're going to do that for 20. Okay? I would just, like I said, this is a, like, sit down for one hot second, get this all kind of, like, hammered out. Okay? Then there was this one down in Argentina, back up in Alaska, Hawaii had a little rumble. Ooh, 3.4. And so on. Okay? Take your time. What is going on here? Oh, this like just happened. See, like I said, things happen. Oh, and then it goes away. So clearly it was one of those little flukes. I would say explore this website a little bit more. It can be rather interesting. Just to kind of see what was going on. Now, it does do it in, after you get to it, like, before midnight. It does start putting it into military time, so you're going to have to do, like, take this number minus 12, that sort of a thing. Okay? But yeah, some of them near the coast of Central Siberia, Russia. Honestly, if you just put Siberia, Russia, I'll know generally where to look. But yeah, see where your patterns are starting to kind of fall. Like this guy up here, Kyrgyzstan? Yeah. Like that's a weird one, but it was a 4.1, kind of a big deal. Things like that. But see where everything is kind of sort of happening. Okay? Awesome. Again, if you can come up to me and tell me when I recorded this, I can get you a little prize of some sort, because that shows me you're actually listening to my little like rants. So, fantastic. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions, or let your teachers know if you have any questions, and we would be so happy to help. Awesome. Thank you.